Welcome back to the channel for another Division 2 video. As you know, Season 9 has dropped. Everyone's been running around enjoying the new content, including the Castillo Manhunt, Countdown, the new Season Pass, getting all those new weapons and gear sets. And whilst we were waiting for the service to go live yesterday, I just compiled a video with a list of all the new weapons, exotics and gears, so you can make sure that you're obviously optimizing your gameplay and you're not missing out on any of the new gears and obviously those builds that come with it as well. Anyway, if you do like today's Division 2 video, please hit the like button as it really does help out the channel. Subscribe for more Division 2 content. And with that being said, let's get into it. So the new gear that's coming in Season 9 Title Update 15 has been released, and you know it's quite a good pool of loot. You know, there's quite a good new things, but not too much to be obviously swamped with, so to speak. So with the update, we've got 3 new exotics, 1 new gear set, 1 new gear brand, 2 new weapons. So obviously that brings a total of 4 new named items. Now, starting with the named gears, you can see Closer, which is a chest piece with a talent perfect spotter. I cannot wait to obviously make a build with that, because it's going to be fantastic. You know, being able to pulse and amplify your damage was something that they didn't really implement when they first started Division 2. To see this now getting a staplement chest piece, fantastic. It's going to be many builds going around with that. A backpack called the Setup, talent perfectly opportunistic. Enemies you hit with shotguns and marksman rifles amplifies the damage they take for 15% from all sources for 5 seconds. So it's sniper support, really, if I'm being honest. I don't think I'd personally use it as a shotgun unless 4 people run around with the Scorpio, for instance, and then obviously increasing it by 60% from all sources, so every weapon, every skill. So that would be good. But if you were playing more conservative and you wanted to be obviously, you know, the sniper support, you could damage the bosses and then everybody gets an extra 15%. So that is going to be quite a good chest piece, backpack even to run. In fact, the setup, you are setting it up for others to obviously take the enemies down. Thirdly, Heartbreaker is a gear set. Now, 2 pieces give you 15% assault rifle damage and 15% LMG damage. 3 pieces gives you 15% handling. 4 pieces gives you the talent Heartstopper. Headshot apply pulse for 5 seconds. I suppose that would be good with the spotter chest piece, maybe. Weapon hits on pulse enemies adds a refresh stack of 1% bonus armor, 4 and 1% damage to pulse enemies for 5 seconds. Max stack is 50, so it's going to give you 50% in bonus armor and 50% damage to pulse enemies. So you could tie this up nicely with spotter. I assume you can anyway, and even if you didn't, I suppose headshots applies pulse. It doesn't say there's any cooldown on that, so obviously your job is to keep on, you know, using the LMG, I suppose, getting headshots, keeping all the amplified damage stacked up for your teammates. And with a 4-piece with the chest, the max stacks is now 100. That's going to be pretty cool. 100% weapon damage and bonus armor, and then obviously with the backpack, that it now supplies 2% bonus armor. Wow, I would like to run that with an all red build, if I'm being honest. If you're getting, well, not all red, but you know what I mean, heavily red build, because you're getting so much armor on it, using it for obviously the talent purposes. You're gonna be quite tanky anyway. So I'm excited to experiment with that one. Uzi Energetica brand set. So this is obviously just like, you know, your 3-piece brand sets. You've got the gold one, so 5% armor, 10% armor on kill, and 10% hazard protection. Now, I haven't played the game for a while, but that sounds quite familiar to some of the builds you've already got, like the Bellstone Armory one. Sounds quite similar. But obviously have a look at that more in detail when this game actually gets out of maintenance. But the exotic weapons, Dread Addict, I think that's pronounced Addict. Exotic variant of the SVD. Talent full stop. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a capacity of 20. Headshots grant 2 stacks. Each stack grants 2% weapon damage, 5% headshot damage. On reload, all stacks clear and you gain 5% of your max armor as temporary armor for 10 seconds. For each stack removed, headshot kills with the Dread Addict restore bullets in the magazine. This does not count as a reload. That's pretty cool, I suppose. That would tie up nicely with the setup, with the backpack, all that amplified damage that you're giving to obviously everybody else, and then obviously you're doing a lot of damage with obviously when you've got the headshots stacked up. There's going to be, do you know what they've made builds actually quite viable, in the sense of everyone used to run red builds, you know, for the majority of the raids and things. They're actually making these builds more team based. So if someone's running the setup with an SVD and obviously maybe even running WATs or something to do with sniper support, I think it'd be actually, you know, more viable to start having all these different types of builds rather than just everybody running red builds. I'm actually quite excited to see how this goes. So if anybody's seen my skill build, striker skill build, the reason I like that is because I wasn't just shooting the gun, I was using my skills, loads of obviously damage coming from all over the place. If you haven't seen that, do suggest having a look at it. Catharsis, exotic mask talent, vicious cycle, taking damage, builds stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants 1% weapon damage. Taking damage at match stacks triggers a purge, removes all stacks and status effects, and then drops a healing cloud, which restores 5% of the max armor for 10 seconds to allies in the cloud. Wow. Wow, that sounds amazing. So if every bullet you're getting hit, you're gaining 1% weapon damage. You will gain 30% weapon damage, and although it'd be very brief because obviously it triggers the purge, removes all stacks, you're still gaining weapon damage as you're getting hit. As you're tanking face to face with an enemy in PvP, for instance, your damage is going to be going up as you're losing health. And to be honest, I'm pretty looking forward to maybe you could actually again. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen. You could actually again tie that up with the. Let's have a look. Which talent was it that I was looking at before? The setup backpack, because you could obviously, you know, use it as you use it with a shotgun, and as you're in the person's face, you're getting your perfectly opportunistic talent, but you're getting your 15% extra damage from that, and tie it up with the Catharsis. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that's the only build you could do. This mask I think is going to be massive, isn't it? It's going to be huge. There's going to be so many builds that people are going to build that around. And the third exotic is called Blue Screen, exotic variant of the Stoner LMG. Talent disruptor rounds. Shooting an enemy marks them and adds a stack to the agent up to the count of 50. Shooting a marked enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the enemy when you deploy a non-shield skill. Remove all stacks on the agent, and all marked targets trigger an effect. So does that mean it adds a stack to the agent, so to you personally yourself? So 1 to 10 pulse marked targets for 5 seconds. 1 to 25 seconds pulse and disrupt mark targets for 5 seconds. 26 to 49 pulse, disrupt and disorient mark. 50 stacks pulse, basically all the above, and then it spreads to a 10 meter radius of the marked targets for 5 seconds. This effect will trigger immediately if any marks. Okay, this seems like a bit of a hybrid of the Scorpion shotgun and the Pestilence. It sounds quite similar in the sense of obviously, you know, you pulse disrupt, you disorient them like the shotgun, and obviously once it's triggered, it spreads like that the plague that the Pestilence done. So that's going to be again. I'm so excited about all these weapons and all these gears. They make it sound like it's not just going to be right. You use that and that's it. You have to build these all integrate into different builds, and obviously people are going to be using them together. So it's gonna make some of the end game content, like if people get the builds right. For instance, if 8 people are running all these types of these new weapons, the mask, these backpacks, because obviously I really like the sound of that setup. backpack. People are going to start tying these all together. People are going to start running them in raids and getting through them even quicker than what they have been. Right, named weapons, there, it's LMG, HK, GR, 9, talent, perfect flatline, amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. Wow, perfect spotter. That LMG, and obviously this one, the Heartbreaker gear set. But the only problem is to get perfect spotter, you'd obviously have to give up the chest piece, which allows the max stacks to be 100, so that'll be a bit of a dilemma. Will it be worth it? I don't know. But either way, putting that LMG on the named there item could be next level pulse builds. Anyway, and finally, the King Breaker. This sounds like it should tie up nicely with the Heartbreaker, maybe. I don't know. It's an assault rifle, talent perfect flatline. Oh, it's the same. Oh, it's the same one. Okay, same weapons, same talents, just different weapons. But yeah, so in total, that's the Catharsis Mask. By the way, looks unbelievable. Probably get that as quick as I can. I wonder if that'll be available. Should be available with the battle pass. The season pass that we get. That is all what is coming with TU15. 3 new exotics, 1 new gear set, 1 new gear brand, 2 new weapons. Anyway, that is it for today's Division 2 video. If you did like it, hit the like button, subscribe for more Division 2 content. Got plenty of builds planned for the channel, so make sure you stick about for them. And yeah, that's the video.